Well, to start things off with the new farm bill comes a number of new questions and concerns for farmers around the country. In part two of his conversation with USDA Deputy Secretary Krysta Harden, the Monitor's Damon reports on some of the potential changes farmers and ranchers can expect, not only on the farm, but also in Washington.
After years of hard work and negotiations, the new farm bill was finally passed early last year, easing some of the concerns farmers had about the future. However, since its inception, commodity prices have drastically fallen, meaning it's likely to cost the government more than originally anticipated. It's a situation USDA Deputy Secretary Krysta Harden knew was a possibility.
You know, the thing is, farm bills are written for the time that you know about. And it's a time certain, and you can make projections, you can look out, but a lot of things change, and so you don't always know. So clearly the farm bill is going to cost more than the predictions when it was being written. I think that's understandable. What happens in markets, what happens around the world does impact agriculture so directly.
With that higher cost, producers are of course concerned about more cuts to the new farm bill. And while legislation is looking into the issue, Harden says they are dedicated to doing what's right by the farmers.
I think there is a commitment from our country to help farmers, to make sure they stay on the land and they keep that safe and abundant food supply that we all have grown very accustomed to. Reconciliation is something that Congress is going to have to look at. They are going to look at all issues.
One of the main reasons for optimism is all the ag groups to spend time letting lawmakers know just how important these insurance programs are, not just to the farmers, but the country as a whole.
We will see what Congress does, but I am proud of our organizations who are really trying to tell that story and making sure that it's understood what is happening in the marketplace and how the safety net is still needed. And I think it only takes one disaster, one real disaster, and a farmer or a rancher is, right on the margins very, very quickly.
And one of the sweeping changes to this new farm bill is instead of receiving direct payments, producers must now sign up for one of two price loss coverage options.
This is a new path for them. It's new territory. I understand that the changes in the farm bill and our farm programs were drastic for a lot of folks. The certainty of a direct payment, you knew what to expect. You went into our offices and you signed up, and it was pretty straightforward and simple, frankly. The new programs give choices to producers for the first time, so they're having to look at all the options.
And with options now to choose from, some farmers are feeling uncertain as the deadline quickly approaches.
Again, the burden is on the producer. So I think folks are a little reluctant to pull the trigger. I think they're getting closer and closer. They know the deadlines are looming. They know they need to do this. I think they're talking to each other a little more.
However, it's a decision that should not be taken lightly, as it will affect your operation throughout the entire 5-year farm bill.
There is a default, and there will be, a default program if you don't make the decisions, but it's critical. We encourage producers to take this seriously. It's for the life of the farm bill. You really need to be thinking about your own operation. Own it, invest in the decision, be careful, do what's right, but for you.
Reporting from Washington, D.C., I'm Damon Jones for the Georgia Farm Monitor.